All right, so it's Jason Godbey in the studio with Yasin Lago, and I just wanted to touch, we're doing some movie reviews of things that we missed this summer. Didn't get a chance to talk about them because we were too busy covering film festivals. This one I thought was worth talking about it. Now, there's been a lot of talk about it, but still, in my opinion, not enough. This is the Spider-Noir series on Prime. So it's Nicolas Cage this is the first series he's ever done. This is a series debut.
Yeah, I guess television. This would count as television.
Right. So he's normally a movie star.
Yeah.
Strictly a movie star guy, but now he does the series. He's terrific in it. He goes full Cage, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
He is a No Rest for the Weekend Award Lifetime Achievement receiver, so he's the first one.
Absolutely.
It also stars Jun Li and Brendan Gleason. Brendan Gleason is the heavy.
Yes.
In this one, also Jack Huston is in it.
Yes.
He plays what's his name?
Sandman, or
he's basically Sandman.
Basically.
Flint Marko.
Right.
So now here's what's interesting about it. Nicolas Cage is a PI. It's set in a version of 1930s New York. He's grappling with this personal tragedy, as every Spider person has to have a tragic backstory. The curious thing is that the show is called Spider-Noir.
Yes.
Not Spider-Man Noir. There is a Spider-Man Noir book, and that's where the character came from for Into the Spider-Verse.
Right.
And in the book, which I did read, there's two books. I read the trade paperback, which was like a run that they did initially, and then there's also like a hardcover graphic novel. I really like these noir books. By the way, there's a Spider-Man Noir, there's an Iron Man Noir, there's a Daredevil Noir. There's a bunch of these, several X-Men characters like Wolverine. I think I've read just about all of them because I love this concept. So it's a reimagining of a Spider-Man type character in the 1930s. What's interesting is, it's called Spider-Noir, not Spider-Man Noir. B, the character he's playing is Ben Reilly.
Right.
He's not Peter Parker. So you don't get Peter Parker, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, that type of thing. It's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But... it's different than the book Spider-Man Noir as well, in terms of like his origins, how he gets to be.
Yeah, because I think they want to let it stand on its own.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. I also think there's probably, because it's also interesting because Sony owns all of the Spider-Man properties except for cartoons and toys. That's Disney and Marvel, and they sort of have the shared custody deal with Marvel on films.
Yeah.
But I think they're calling him Ben Reilly and Spider-Noir, or the Spider as he's called in the series, because for some reason they can't use Spider-Man and they can't use Peter Parker. So there might be some sort of because it's a series and not a movie.
But it totally works.
It does work.
Because nobody wants to see the Peter Parker story again. I don't even think they don't even bother with Tom Holland to really go over.
Yeah,
the
they
whole,
never did the origin story because we don't.
Full,
it's like
you just had May and that was it.
Technically, it's a marvel of filmmaking because there is a black and white version of the series and a color version of the series.
Yes,
I watched both. Yeah. And both look great.
Yeah.
It's the lighting is probably lends itself more toward black and white because cinematography-wise, you need to use a different style of lighting, but it looks. I watched the whole series in black and white, and then went back and watched it in color. I love the black and white. I was like, oh my god, this works so well in black and white.
It's kind of designed for the black and white, and I think it was a personal request from Cage.
But when you see it in color, I'm like, oh wow, this also looks good.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. The colors, the singer in particular. Her outfits and her set design.
They must have had a ball with this one in terms of production design, set design, costumes. Technically, it's gorgeous. The standout, though, is Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage's performance in this is so nuanced and stylized. It's a stylized acting performance because the conceit of the character is that he's infected by this spider mutant thing during what we presume is World War I. And we see that whole origin, and it's there's like some to me, it's a bit reminiscent of like David Cronenberg's The Fly. After he gets sort of infected by this and he gains these powers, he starts his physicality kind of freaks out, and he starts getting this weird spider physicality, which is delightful to watch. Nicolas Cage going spider on this thing. But then to sort of regain his humanity, he watches movies, and he's watching these movies from the 30s. So it's Humphrey Bogart and James Cagney and actors from that era, and that's what you see in his performance. There is a scene in this, no lie, where he like does this thing where he's trying to fool somebody and sort of becoming this other character, puts on a pair of glasses and a hat. It's Humphrey Bogart in The Big Sleep. It's plucked right out of there. There are moments in this that are pure James Cagney, Edward G. Robinson, and you can tell this guy has such a lexicon of these performances in him. Right. So Brendan Gleason is the heavy. He's like this Irish gangster at his most Irish. He's just laying the brogue on really thick. Right. And he's from Ireland, but I don't even think he sounds this Irish in in his real life. But it's this, he's basically Kingpin.
Yeah, and, I was going to ask
and we do get a version of Electro in this. We get a version of Sandman in this. So it's very Spider-Man, reminiscent.
Yeah.
We get a character who is not unlike a Ben Urich type, but it's not Ben Urich. It's fun. It's really great to look at, and I think Cage is doing like amazing work in this. So if you haven't seen it already, definitely check it out. I would definitely recommend it, but don't go in expecting to see a strictly Spider-Man type story. It's not Peter Parker. It's not even Miles Morales. It's his own thing.
This is and I think this is what they should start doing, and that there's a lot of characters that come out of that into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
that they could do their own projects, and they would be totally different from every other one.
There is, because they're calling the character Ben Reilly. Now, in the comics, Ben Reilly was a clone of Spider-Man. This is part of the clone saga, which a lot of people hated.
There's some people. Well, let's just all collectively roll our eyes.
It's they even do a wonderful version of Ben Reilly in the second Spider-Verse movie, which is hilarious because he's the most 90s character ever.
It's interesting in that when you go back to the Tom Holland Spider-Man, before he becomes hooked up with Tony Stark, his outfit is actually reminiscent.
It's very reminiscent
of the Ben Reilly run
with the hoodie
Spider-Man.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, for Spider-Man comic fans, there's a lot of fun stuff in there too. But this was just like I just felt like
this is also for film noir fans.
Yeah, but I remember watching this and thinking like, all right, I don't know, I'm gonna give this a shot. Because this could be.
It's Nicolas Cage also. And that's the interesting thing about it. It's a Spider-Man project. It's a film noir series. Yeah. And it's a Nicolas Cage vehicle.
Yes.
Because whenever you put somebody in there like that and you give them the room to I saw him in an interview and he was saying his inspiration for the character was Liechtenstein paintings.
Yes. The interviews with Cage about this project are as interesting as the project itself.
He's a fascinating artist.
Yeah. You got to see it to believe it, and like I said, I recommend it. If you can catch it, definitely do so. And check out both versions. I think it's definitely worth watching. Yeah, and you could mix it up too. You could watch the first episode in black and white, watch the second one. It's the same show, and it's fascinating to do that too because it does have a different feel to it. But they're both really gorgeous looking shows. So credit to all the people, the cinematographer, the production design, costume design, and even though it's not strictly a period piece of our world in 1933, they do capture a lot of that 1933 feel, and it's awesome. I'm curious to see if we're going to get a season 2, but if we do get a season 2, I will definitely check it out.
With all the hype, if Cage says yes, there's a 2 coming.
There's definitely, yeah.
And if there's a 2 coming, they're going to prepare a 3.
This is the BTRP Media Network.